If you're aiming for that super clean, all-white gaming setup, your mouse is a critical centerpiece. And that choice really boils down to what kind of gamer or power user you are. Today we're looking at two top premium brands in the gaming world, both in stunning white. The Corsair Scimitar Elite Wireless SE, a legend reborn for MMO players, versus the Logitech G502X Plus, the latest evolution and one of the most popular gaming mice of all time. So which one deserves a spot on your clean setup? Well, let's dive in to find out. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. So as I said in the intro, we're going to be going kind of head to head with these two gaming mice. Just give an overview and talk about the design, the ergonomics, the performance, the features, kind of four main categories. And I've been using these for about 2-3 months. I kind of just rotated between them and I purchased it with my own money. If you're new here to my channel, I try to give my honest and unbiased opinion on products that I personally have used, so that way you have all the information to make the right decision. So with that, let's jump into the first category, and we're going to be talking about the design and ergonomics. So first up, on the Scimitar Elite Wireless SE, if you haven't seen the other previous generations, they're pretty similar. There's not a whole lot of difference to this and the previous ones. I like to think of this as kind of a stormtrooper vibe, especially the front grille here kind of reminds me of the helmet. On this version, you have, the all white with a minimal gray and yellow accents. Now, I think it looks premium and high end. If I saw this on somebody else's setup and I had no idea what kind of gaming mouse it was, I would definitely be asking like, oh, where'd you get that? What is that? I do like the design. I think it looks cool and unique. Now, this gaming mouse is designed for right-handed users, typically like a palm grip. It is on the shorter end, and they also have a textured grip here for, your pinky or your ring finger. And typically that's how I use it. I kind of use my pinky to hold the side of it, and then my ring finger will sit on the textured grip. And it's pretty comfortable for me, and I don't have any issues with the way it feels in my hands. And this gaming mouse is about 114 grams, which is a little bit heavier than some of the really ultralight ones that are out there. And the RGBs is only two main places. You have it on the palm rest of the Corsair logo, and then on the side here with the 12 buttons that we'll go into later. Those are going to be your only RGBs that you can customize and control. And next up is the Logitech G502X Plus, and this is an evolution of the classic 502 gaming mouse, which is a very popular mouse out there. This one just looks like very futuristic, more modern, more aggressive, a lot more angles. You're still covered with all white, but I think more gray accents than on the Corsair Scimitar Elite. And it definitely looks different than most gaming mice out there. Now, unfortunately, once again, this is designed for right-handers. I'm sorry, left-handers, but you can use a palm or claw grip. And it does have a thumb rest on the left-hand side, which is pretty comfortable. It does fit my thumb nicely. I don't have too big of a hand, but it does fit good for me. Now, this mouse weighs about 106 grams, which is much lighter than the Scimitar. It's not an ultra light, but it is really light. And for the RGBs, you have 8 zones on here. It's set up almost like in a Y pattern going across the palm and a little bit on the pinky, and then slightly into the side buttons where your thumb is. So that's going to cover the main bullet points on the design and ergonomics of these two gaming mice. So now, which is the right choice? Well, I'm going to go with the Logitech G502X. Well, I think it looks way sexier, aggressive than the Scimitar Elite Wireless SE, and I think it's just more comfortable, at least in my hands, especially with that thumb rest. I think it just feels better in my hands. That's my take on it, my opinion, and we have plenty more to cover here, so let's keep going. All right, next up, we're going to talk about the build quality and the buttons and clickiness of these two gaming mice. So on the Scimitar, it's completely built with a high quality plastic, a mix of matte and high gloss finishes. All of the buttons are optical switches, which feel clicky and durable. The scroll wheel has a rubbery texture on it, and it's pretty standard, nothing really different or revolutionary about it. And the side panel with those 12 buttons is adjustable, and they're all textured in alternating rows, so that way you can easily identify each one, and it's kind of the staple of the Scimitar mouse. And now on the G502X Plus, very similar here, high quality plastic and a mix of matte and high gloss finishes. And for the buttons, these are what Logitech calls light force optical mechanical hybrids. mice, which they all do feel clicky and responsive and tactile. And on the scroll wheel, it's the same kind of rubber textured. However, you do have a metal wheel, and on top of that, it has this killer legendary feature that many other Logitech mice have, where you can use the standard ratchet mode and then switch it to a frictionless hyper scroll, so you can rip through a ton of things really quickly. Really cool feature that is almost a staple in Logitech's mice. And let's go through a quick sound test here so you can hear what all these buttons sound like on these two gaming mice. All right, that covers the build quality and buttons and clickiness of both of these gaming mice. I think it's a toss-up as far as the build quality. I don't think you're gonna go wrong with the build quality. I think they're both built really solid and they're almost all the same materials. The only difference here is on the G502X Plus, you have that metal scroll wheel, but other than that, they're almost identical as far as the build quality. So I think this kind of tie here so far, when I've been using them for the last 2-3 months, they're both pretty solid. Haven't had anything break on them, which is great. As far as the buttons and clickiness, I think I'm gonna have to go with the G502X. I feel like it just sounds nicer and it feels nicer when you're pressing all of the buttons. It just has a more clicky feel to them and it feels more responsive than the Scimitar Elite. Not that this is any worse, but as far as the way it feels by pressing the buttons, I think the G502X is just better in that aspect. All right, now let's jump into the performance and features. First up, on the Scimitar Elite Wireless SE, the main feature and for it existing is the 12 buttons that you get here on the side where the thumb is. So this is mainly designed for, you know, MMO players out there, and you have all of those buttons at your thumb tip. Like, I just made that up. Maybe they should put that in their slogan. I don't know. And it is adjustable. You can move it up or back. You'll get a total of 16 buttons to program to your heart's content. You can connect this using 3 different methods, whether that's a USB-C port here directly connected, Bluetooth, and then the last is going to be their wireless slipstream dongle, which you're going to be able to get sub 1 ms response time with that. Now this has a 26,000 optical.
What shirt are you wearing? Is that new? I've never seen that before.
Babe, seriously? I'm in the middle of something right now. But you know what? I'm glad she asked. This isn't just some old, stiff, uncomfortable t-shirt you wear once and forget about it. This is a brand new partnership with Into the AM. A huge shout out to Into the AM. They sent me a bunch of different t-shirts ranging from athletic to basic to graphic, even one that glows in the dark. Like, what? That's so freaking cool. But they offer way more than just t-shirts. They have outerwear, hoodies, jeans, all-day pants, shorts, accessories, you name it, they have it. I've been wearing their shirts for the last few weeks. They're soft, they're comfortable, they fit me great. They have really cool, unique designs. This is one of their best-selling graphic tees, the Eternal Blossom. Anytime I've worn these shirts out in public, I always get compliments and people asking me where they're from. One of the main reasons why I decided to partner up with them is they have a whole team of in-house artists who are handcrafting these type of designs on their graphic tees. They're not using any of that generative AI BS, which is something that really resonates with my channel, and trying to give you 100% authentic, genuine, honest content all the time. I think this is really important that we need to stand up, talk about, and stand by companies and products that are promoting 100% human, authentic made stuff. If you want to learn more about their company and get yourself 10% off, you can use my link in the description. Into the AM has a ton of other designs like this, and you can bundle up to save more. Check out their website, pick up a pretty cool t-shirt, support humans, stop Skynet. What's more important than that? All right, let's get back to where we were before. This has a 26,000 DPI optical sensor, and for battery life, you can expect about 110 to 120 120 hours with the slipstream. You'll get even more if you use Bluetooth, but who's going to be using that? It's all going to depend on your usage and of course the RGBs that you have configured. On the G502X Plus, you'll still get about 13 total buttons to configure to your liking, and you get a dedicated sniper and then 2 other side buttons on the thumb rest. There's also 2 buttons right on the left click that you can easily get to with your pointer finger. And with the scroll wheel, you can push it to the left or right or down to have more buttons. You'll only be able to connect this by using 2 different methods, by the USB-C cable or their Lightspeed wireless dongle. And same thing, their wireless dongle offers low latency response times. A 25,000 DPI sensor and similar battery life. You can achieve up to 130 hours, just depending on RGB and usage. Another cool feature of the G502X Plus is that it's compatible with PowerPlay. If you've never heard of PowerPlay, you can purchase a mat that can wirelessly charge your Logitech devices. If you don't want to have to worry about charging and plugging things in and you like a wireless device, then that may be something you're interested in. Now for performance on these 2 gaming mice, I feel like they're very similar. You're not going to notice much of a difference. They're both low latency, sub 1 ms response times with the wireless dongles. And with today's technology, wireless is really robust, really efficient. I used to think that wireless was like the worst. I would only buy wired gaming mice a long time ago, and I've slowly transitioned and start getting into more wireless. To be honest with you, I don't notice any difference. I mean, in real world usage, you're never going to notice the difference. I mean, just playing games every day, I mean, they're super responsive, super fast. You're never going to notice the difference between a wired and wireless gaming mouse now. So as far as performance, these are both top notch. They're both great. You don't have to worry about it. All right, so that's going to be it for the features and performance on these 2 gaming mice. And I think on this category, it's going to come down to personal preference. I am more into the side buttons here on the Scimitar Elite Wireless SE, mainly because I can use it for almost anything. However, I mainly use this for, editing, whether it's videos or photos, and I can use it for almost any game. I don't think it's just for MMOs. Like, yes, obviously the layout is for MMOs because you usually have 12 buttons on the bottom of your screen. However, I have easily used this for FPS games. If you're switching between different weapons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever, or gadgets, or like Battlefield, I can easily press those buttons to switch and swap between different keys. I know you can do it on your keyboard, but I like to use my thumb, so this one works out great. And I've been a big fan of those side buttons. And for the G502X, if you really like that hyper scrolling that you can easily switch between the 2, if you want to get through different types of documents and files very quickly, very fast, or you just don't want to have to worry about charging it. You get that power play, you leave it on there, it's always powered on. You don't ever have to worry about plugging it in. So, once again, I think it's just down to preference and what you like. All right, the last and final category we're going to go into is the software. Now, I'm quickly going to go over the pros and cons of each of the software that these companies offer to fully control and utilize these gaming mice. I'm not going to go super in depth, but I am going to give a high level overview of what you can expect if you plan on using any of these gaming mice. Now, I think iCUE has come a long ways from its first inception, and it has evolved over time. It's incredibly powerful and feature rich. You can customize anything and everything from complex macros for any button to intricate RGB patterns to sync with all of your other Corsair gear. And another great thing, you can integrate it with Stream Elgato products, so you can utilize it for your streams to do all kinds of different things. The iCUE software can be very in-depth and offer a lot of customization, and which leads in some of the cons where it can be pretty intimidating for new users and not understanding how to navigate it and utilize it. It can be pretty burdensome on some systems and utilize a lot of resources, and it's had some bugs in the past. It's trying to do everything all at once in a single application, which can create a whole host of other problems that comes with it. Personally, I think they should separate some things out, maybe make a stripped down version of just controlling devices and accessories. I don't know, just as my thought process on that. Now with the Logitech G Hub, it does seem more modern and streamlined and user friendly. You can easily jump in to change DPI settings and customize buttons and change your RGB settings to whatever you like. Quick, simple, and it seems lightweight. And the Logitech G Hub has had its own issues in the past, and it has gotten better as well. One of the major drawbacks and cons of the G Hub versus the iCUE is the lack of in-depth customizations. For example, with iCUE, you can do a ton of RGB customizations. You could do layering, different types of coloring schemes, and syncing it through different types of third-party applications. buttons and devices, you know, they offer a lot more robust RGB customizations than the Logitech G Hub. And also with customizing buttons, especially with macros, G Hub is definitely lacking in that department. However, in iCUE, you can go really deep down the rabbit hole. You know, you can set up a macro with the milliseconds, you can mouse movements, you can go and pick out any type of keystroke, mouse movement, anything you want and make it happen in iCUE. You're not gonna be able to do that in G Hub. And that's pretty much it for the software. It's really gonna depend on what you're trying to do and what you need to achieve. If you really want some in-depth customization and a lot of macros and really fine-tune things to your liking, you wanna go with iCUE. And then if not, then G Hub is gonna work just fine for you. All right, so that is everything I had to cover with these two gaming mice. And now it's a matter of what is the right choice or what is the best choice and what do I recommend? I think personally, I'm gonna go with the Scimitar Elite Wireless SE. This is the one I've been having on my setup for the last 2 months. And I think I kind of mentioned it here, but I love having these side buttons. I'm a power user. I love shortcuts. I love having things right at my thumb tip. So, you know, this is great. I am able to, you know, set up shortcuts here, especially with DaVinci Resolve and editing and be able to get to things very quickly, you know, whether it's cutting, pasting, you know, getting to different pages. I think this is wonderful. I love it. It's great for me. I feel like the Scimitar Elite, it's a little heftier. I do prefer a heftier mouse than a lighter mouse. I'm a big fan of it, and this is my daily driver. However, the G502X Plus is still a great gaming mouse. You're not gonna go wrong with picking this out, and you might not care about all the customization and having those buttons right at your thumb, so this might be the choice for you. If you wanna learn more about either of these gaming mice, then you can find the links in the description. You know what I just thought of? I don't have any use for this gaming mouse. The Scimitar Elite Wireless SE is my main driver now, and this is just gonna collect dust. Should I give this away? I haven't done a giveaway in a long time. I'm feeling generous. Got this brand new partnership with Into the AM. So yeah, let's do it. Let's give it away. If you made it this far into the video, then congratulations. You can enter to win this gaming mouse. Now, I will let you know it's only 2 months old, barely used. It has no issues. It is in perfect condition. I still have the box right here. Look at that. Box is all ready to go. You didn't notice that box there. I bet you didn't. Yeah, so just a few legality things. You have to be 18 years old and up, and you have to reside in the US or Canada. Sorry, international viewers, legality stuff. Can't do it right now, maybe in the future. Yeah, and just for scammers and safety, you know, I won't be reaching out to you to WhatsApp or anything crazy and asking for, you know, gift cards or money or anything stupid like that. I will reach out to one single winner via email, my personal verified business account email, and to coordinate and send you this gaming mouse. If you want to learn more and enter your chance to win this gaming mouse, then you can find the link in the description. And put some comments below. Let me know what you like about the G502X Plus. And yeah, good luck. All right, everybody, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you learned a little bit more and have a better idea of what white gaming mouse to go with for your setup. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, throw those comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. When I say the last line, I'm gonna pick up the shirt and throw it over the camera. I'm gonna try to do that in one fell swoop, so it's gonna be interesting.
Your face. So extra.
So extra.
It smells like really good with the lights. It's like the sand of perfect.
You love it?
Uh-huh, I do.
Okay. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm glad she asked, because this isn't a old stiff t-shirt that you just wear once and throw it away. This is a brand new partnership with Into the AM. Oh, fuck, I missed. Give me the t-shirt. I gotta open it up. That's the problem.
To go down and then grab.
Ooh, yeah.
See, I need to be, I'm set, extraordinaire.
I hear a mom coming. You got all the ideas?